Everybody, in this video section we are going to see inventory management. So inventory, what is inventory? Any stored resources to satisfy a current or future need is called inventory. So it means stored resources in the sense it may be a raw material, or it may be a work in progress, or it may be a finished goods. Okay, so this is called resources. So these resources we can store to get if we need a requirement, we can use a current purpose, or if we want in future we can use it. Okay, for that purpose we need to store the resources. So these three, raw material or work in progress and finished goods is called types of inventory. Okay, these three are the types of inventory. Okay, and what is the reason to hold inventory? Reasons to hold inventory. Okay, so we can take the major reasons. Number one is in order to meet unexpected demand. To meet unexpected demand. Okay, so we have to hold the stock. Another one is to safeguard against shortage. To safeguard against shortage. If we hold the stock, then whenever it is necessary we can use it. Okay, so that is to safeguard against shortage. To benefit from discount. To get a benefit from discount. And to facilitate production process. In order to smooth conduction of production, we need a stock. Okay, so this is the benefit for smooth conduction of production process. Okay, these are the reason in order to hold the inventory. Now we'll see how much to order. Okay, so what it means? It means economic order quantity. So in short form, EOQ. Okay, so economic order quantity is called EOQ, that is how much to order. Economic order quantity means, see, this EOQ is the order quantity that minimize total inventory holding cost and ordering cost. So EOQ is the order quantity, okay, that minimize total inventory cost. It minimizes total inventory cost and ordering cost. See, when you want to order, so if you start your own business, you need to buy certain things. So you should know precisely how much you want to invent. Okay, how much you want to spend for inventory. So you should not you do not want to buy too little. Okay, So if you buy too little, what it will be happen? It be sometimes after some months, after some weeks, it may be stock out. Okay, and similarly, you should not, you do not want to buy more. If you do not want to buy more, and so if you buy more, what will happen? So sometimes it may happen spoilage, or you have to storage capacity cost is increase, isn't it? Okay, so you should not want to buy too little, and you should not buy too too much. Okay, too much product, because if you buy, if you buy too little, then stock out it happen. If you buy too more, then spoilage or storage cost it increase, storage cost will be increase. Okay, so how to find out the total cost? So the total cost of the inventory is purchase cost. So total cost, it include purchase cost plus ordering cost as well as carrying cost. So if you want to purchase a certain product, so for that the purchasing cost is incurred in this, isn't it? Purchasing cost, and you are ordering, so supplier cost as well as transportation, shipping cost, that also included, and carrying cost in the sense, so suddenly you have ordered too much of product, in the sense you need a refrigerator, you need a separate room, for that you have to incur certain expenses, that and all is coming under carrying cost. All together is called a total cost. Okay, purchase cost plus ordering cost plus carrying cost. So this is our total cost, no? So I want to give much more explanation about what is purchasing cost, ordering cost and carrying cost. We'll see. See, there are two different types of cost in economic order quantity. One is our purchasing cost. Okay, another one is associated cost. This associated cost, in the sense that is divided into, again further divided into two types. That one is carrying cost, another one is ordering cost. Okay, ordering cost and carrying cost. So now we'll see what are the cost. It will be there in ordering cost. Okay, no need to bother about this purchasing cost. So you are going to purchase certain raw material or certain machineries to run your manufacturing center. So this associated cost will discuss. So what are the costs incurred, what are the costs you have to bear in ordering. So you are going to ordering certain stock, so for that you have to spend transportation. So transportation cost you have to bear it, and you need to communicate with the supplier, no? So for that telephone money and communication data charges, that one communication cost. And sometimes you have to pay GST tax. Okay, that cost. And you can say loading and unloading amount you have to give your the person who is loading your material and unloading your material every time. Okay, so you have to incur this cost, unloading. Okay, another one, if you take insurance, for that vehicle insurance, so for that purpose you have to bear some amount. Okay, that cost. Okay, these are the etc. Okay, so these are the cost. While ordering, you have to spend, for every time you have to spend this amount. Okay, if you order 10 quantity, you have to spend 10 times of that amount. If you order 100 quantity, you have to spend 100 times for that cost. Okay, and now we'll come to the carrying cost. So what you are this one, no, this one you are ordered. Okay, now up to doorstep it came. Okay, your order material, it came to your warehouse. So now You have to keep that product inside your warehouse. For that you need to spend certain amount, like rent you have to spend, and for that warehouse you have to take, for that stock you have to take insurance. Okay. And like current bill, water bill. Okay. And some supervisors amount, salary. So this and all. So if it is a own money, so no issue. So if you borrow and you have taken this raw material, this items, in the sense you have to pay interest, no. So that is also coming under carrying cost. Okay. So these are the two different types of associated cost. One is ordering cost, another one is carrying cost. Sometimes it may be increase and sometimes it may be decrease, or sometimes it may be decrease and it may be increase. So as a business owner, you have to balance this cost, ordering cost and carrying cost. Okay. How to balance this ordering cost and carrying cost? Let me say one small story. See, if you want to buy a basket at $10 each from the factory. Okay. So you want to plan to sell it to your in a neighborhood shop of rupees 20. So you are purchasing. So cost is $10. That is a purchasing cost of say some product, and you plan to sell that product for $20. That is a selling cost. Okay, your plan is per year you want to buy 1200 ball. Okay, say basketball. Okay, so per month if you want to purchase, so 100 basketball you are planning to purchase 100. Okay, per year this is 1200. Okay, so now to place the order you have to spend some money, no. So say for example that cost is $90 per month. Okay, so how much you are spending for 12 month? 90 into 12. Okay, it is $1080. Okay, so ordering cost you have to spend $90 per month. Okay, ordering cost, that is. So 12 month if you want to spend, it is $1080. So you feel very bad. Okay, 1080 rupees, $80 you have to spend per year. So instead of that, if you order in a bulk way, so the say for example 1200 basketball, so if you order at a time, okay, your ordering cost will be less, no. But here one more problem. So if you purchase 1200 basketball, you have to keep, you don't have place to keep in your shop. So in that case you have to go for rent to keep this 1200 ball, because you purchased at a time, no. So you have to keep it in the warehouse. So that it takes another dollar, say $3. Okay, for per unit. Okay, that owner of that warehouse, they are asking for per unit $3 per year. Okay, that is called holding cost. Okay, now so if you purchase monthly, you have your ordering cost per year is $1800. But if you purchase on a bulk for per unit, that warehouse owner is asking $3 for per year. So what should you do now? Okay, so what is the best number of basketball that you should have to purchase at a time, at one time? So that to find out that, we have to calculate EOQ. So EOQ in the sense economic order quantity. Okay, this is applicable only to purchase in a bulk. So we have a formula to calculate this EOQ is square root of 2 times of demand into ordering cost divided by holding cost. Okay, 2 times of demand into ordering cost divided by holding cost. There is a certain assumption is there to do EOQ model. So we'll see that assumption first. Okay, your product demand is known. So here in our case is 1200. Okay, so the product demand is known and it is constant. Your demand is constant. Okay, and the lead time is known. Okay, your lead time when you have to place the order. Okay, when the order has to reach to your store warehouse, so that between time is called a lead time. So that you should know when you have to order. Okay, and lead time is constant and no discount. And another assumption, fifth one, no discount given for bulk order. Okay, there is no discount, so it is a constant one. Okay, and this is the sixth assumption, your replenishment or received in lump sum. Okay, so you are going to get that reorder, you are reordering the product, no, it should get in hand in a lump sum. Okay, this is an assumption. So based on these six assumptions we are going to calculate our EOQ. Now for the given example, how to calculate EOQ. So 2 times of demand. What is our demand? You are planned to purchase 1200 basketball. And what is your ordering cost? S is the ordering cost. Okay. So D is the demand, S is the ordering cost, H is the holding cost. Okay. And Q is order size. Your Q in the sense economic order quantity. Okay, so your holding cost, ordering cost is how much? $90, no? $90. And what is your holding cost? So your warehouse owner is asking per unit $3. Okay, so you have to put all this number here. 2 into 1200 into 90 divided by 3. You will get approximately 268.33. Since it's a whole number, no, you have to convert into whole number. So have taken 269 basketball. Approximately you have to purchase 269 basketball. So here you won't get any loss. Okay, at a stretch you have to order 269. So it will reduce your ordering cost as well as it will reduce your holding cost. Okay, if you purchase less than this one 269, your ordering cost may be increased, and if you purchase greater than 269 basketball, your holding cost may be increased. Okay, so this is a balanced product. So bulk, if you want to purchase a bulk product, you have to go to 269 number. Okay, so you won't get any holding cost and ordering cost, so you can easily balance. Okay, so how to find out the total cost? Total cost is economic order quantity divided by 2 into holding cost plus demand by economic order into your ordering cost. Okay, so this is your holding cost and this is your ordering cost. So if you add, you will get a total cost. Okay, so therefore EOQ is a procedure to find out the purchasing lot size. So that is the main objective. So why we are calculating EOQ? In order to purchase a lot in size. Okay, so EOQ aim, what is the aim of EOQ? EOQ is to minimize the cost. Which cost? Ordering cost and holding cost. Okay, that is the condition. Under certain condition it will give the optimum results. Which is the optimum result? 269 is the optimum result. So this is the best number of basketball that you have to order at one time. So optimum result is this one, 269. Okay, so we have seen the assumption. So based on this assumption only we are calculating EOQ. So demand, that product demand should be known and constant, and lead time you should know when you have to order, that should know, and that is a constant one, and there is no discount. So if you purchase 1200, so they should not give any discount. Okay, for the bulk order. Okay, and then replenishment or received in lump sum. Okay, you are receiving the reorder product, you have to receive in at a stretch lump sum. Okay, so this is the graph of EOQ. And before going to this, okay, we'll see the graph now. So this is a graph of EOQ. So here in x axis you have to take a order quantity, how much you have to place a order, okay, and this is your total cost, okay. Always you are holding, if economic order quantity is increased, your holding cost is also increased. Is it clear? If you purchase more number of product and you have to keep it in the warehouse, so holding cost is always increase, okay. So if economic ordering quantity is increase, your ordering cost will be decrease, okay, because you are going to purchase, instead of 10 unit you are going to purchase 1200 unit, no, so your ordering cost will be decreased. If you add this two, okay, which is given in black and orange, no, holding cost and ordering cost, you will get a total cost. That curve is in green, okay. This is a total cost. You are adding your holding cost and ordering cost, you will get a total cost like this, okay. Where we are getting this point, no, that drag one perpendicular line towards x-axis, that is this point only you will get EOQ. So we, as per our example, is 269 basketball, no, so here you will get 269 basketball, okay. So how much cost you will incur, put one parallel line towards your x-axis, so here you will get the cost, how much total cost in the sense holding cost plus ordering cost, how much you will get, okay. So this is our graphical method to calculate our EOQ, okay. This graph is very important, and I'll give you another example. This is example 2, okay. First example we saw basketball, no, so this is second example. I'll read out the problem. The demand for steel table at XYZ Corporation, okay, is 20 units per week, okay. So steel table rupees is 20 units per week, sorry, you are going to purchase 20 units per week, okay. Steel table are currently ordered from supplier ABC Company Incorporation at rupees 700 per unit. So steel price cost is 700 one steel table, and you have to purchase weekly is 20 unit. Your plan is 20 unit per week, okay. The ABC Incorporation charges of charges a rupee 300 delivery charges. So your ordering cost is 300 rupees it takes, okay. And XYZ Corporation, that is your company, uses a 20% annual rate for holding cost. So you have to keep that steel table, no. So for that 20% annual rate for holding cost, you have to be very careful. Here they have given annual rate, and here it is given in terms of week. So the time factor you have to change into week into year, okay. So what is the economic order quantity? We'll see. And this is the solution for our problem, okay. The given demand is 20 units per week, so I am going to calculate per year. So 52, if you multiply, you will get per year amount. So what is the holding cost? They said 20% annum, no. So 20 in the sense, 20% in the sense 20 divided by 100, you will get 0.2. So what is your ordering cost? The company is charging rupees 300, okay. Now you put it in this formula, 2 into D into S by H. So we'll get 2 into demand is 20 into 52 into 300 divided by your holding cost. It is in terms of percentage, isn't it? So that is 0.2. For how many product? 700 product. So 0.2 into 700 product. So if you multiply this one, you will get this. And if you take the square root, you will get 66.76. Since it is a product, so you have to convert into whole number. So approximately 67 unit you have to order, okay, in order to minimize your holding cost and your ordering cost, okay. So how much we have to order, which is the optimum best result, is 67 unit, okay. So I hope you understand this problem. We'll do ROP, reordering point problem, in the next video. I hope you understand. Thank you.